Hello and welcome to Winol Sport. I'm Leah Halsey. Coming up today, the footballing action continues in Hampshire, the rising popularity of pickleball, and what actually happens behind the scenes of professional wrestling. Southampton are now without a manager after losing to Preston North End at the weekend and are on the hunt for a new boss. Lenny Teague tells us more.
Southampton sacked Will Still on Sunday night after just 5 months in charge as manager. He won only 2 league games during his time at St Mary's, leaving the club sat 21st in the Championship. Under-21s manager Tonda Eckhart has taken charge on an interim basis while the club look for a new boss. Russell Martin is among the favourites to take over at St Mary's, having already spent time with the club, leading them to promotion in the 2023-24 season before being sacked midway through last campaign. Brendan Rodgers, Michael Carrick and Ralph Hasenhuttl are also the names under consideration. Whoever takes over next at St Mary's certainly has a big task ahead of them as they look to avoid the club suffering a double relegation to League One. Up next for Southampton, however, is a trip to QPR tomorrow night.
After table toppers Winchester United suffered a 4-0 defeat to Yateley Town midweek, Coldham Common saw an opportunity to close the gap at the top on Saturday. Their opponents, bottom of the table Lymington Town. Kieran Tibbett has all the action from the Charters Community Stadium.
Coldham Common started well with many chances, including this one from Cal Archer, who missed the target from close range. It didn't take long for the first goal, as Lewis Shane's cross panicked the keeper. The ball dropped to Jimmer Henderson, and the Winchester City loanee made no mistake with his second goal for the club. The second half began with this audacious lob from Archer that caught everyone out. That's his 4th goal in 3 games. As the rain picked up, Lymington struck back with a powerful header from Joe Petty, halving the deficit. The Stallions responded quickly with a quick counter-attack that saw João Ferreira's low ball meet Ben Sunley. The former Winchester City forward tapped home their third to seal the win.
Played well, but it wasn't something we were going to shout about in terms of quality in the final third and the way we moved, a few sloppy passes. I mean, I think if you've watched us this season, we're a lot better than that. And then Cal Archer, what a goal. Unbelievable goal that is. Imagination, everything, and he scored an overhead kick last week, and he's locked the keeper from 18 yards there.
It's been a rainy afternoon here at the Charters Community Stadium, but Coldham Common did come out 3-1 winners against Lymington Town, keeping them second in the league. Next week they'll face Blackfields and Langley, the same team that knocked them out the Russell Coates Cup. Kieran Tibbett, Winchester News Online.
Winchester City are hoping to bounce back to the Southern Premier League following their relegation. However, they've had a major bump in the road. So what's been happening, Charlie?
Thanks, Leah. Winchester City's great start to the season seems to have derailed over the past month. Following a 2-week break at the start of October, they lost 4-1 away to Malvern Town. Following this, they then had 4 consecutive draws. While this concerned fans, manager Craig Davis didn't seem as concerned.
You know, we should have beat Melksham here, we should have beat Brixham here, we didn't. You know, it is what it is. We're absolutely fine. Don't write us off. Plenty of people do over the years in various ways, and I don't care. We're 5 unbeaten, 5 without a win. We'll win games playing like that in the not too distant future.
And was he right to think this way?
It seems so. After going 1-0 down away to Mousehole, they bounced back to win 3-1, leaving them within touching distance of the playoffs. If they are to do anything special this season and bounce back from their relegation at the first time of asking, it's important that they get a win at home to Biddeford tonight.
Thanks, Charlie. Eastleigh continued their FA Cup run with big hopes of having an impact. They faced a visit from League 2 high flyers Walsall in a tough home match. Harrison Cook reports.
As always for an FA Cup tie, the excitement as well as the tension was palpable. Eastleigh hosted League 2 side Walsall in this first round clash, in which both sides felt they had a real opportunity to win. Eastleigh had won an FA Cup first round match since 2023 and were hopeful that they were able to progress further this year. As the crowds of fans from both sides arrived, I spoke to one of the less optimistic Eastleigh fans about their chances.
And final score prediction, what do you think?
Well, even having said that, I still think we're going to go down 3-1.
I also spoke to a Walsall fan who was equally as pessimistic about their chances.
I think Eastleigh will upset them, and I hope for the game it goes to penalties, actually.
Any sort of score, like full time?
2-2.
Unfortunately, the upset wasn't on the cards, as the home side went out with a 3-0 loss.
A disappointing result for the Spitfires sees them crash out in the first round of the FA Cup and will be in League 2 Walsall heading into the second round. Eastleigh will now look ahead to next weekend when they're back in league action, whereas Walsall can look ahead to the draw on Monday to see who they'll get to in the second round of the FA Cup. House Cook, Winchester News Online.
And now I'm joined by Connor Johnson as he gives us the roundup of the FA Cup. So Connor, what are the updates?
Thank you, Leah. At the weekend in the Majesty Stadium, Reading fans were left heartbroken after their side bottled a 2-0 lead to lose 3-2 at home to Carlisle. Carlisle's hero, Regan Linney, scored twice in added time and then once in extra time to send his side to the second round. Meanwhile, at the Silver Lake, Eastleigh fell to a 3-0 defeat to Walsall, which would put the away side into the second round for the 5th year in a row. Down in Aldershot, they lost 2-1 down to Weston-super-Mare after leading for most of the game. Kidman Rye put their side in the lead just after the halfway mark in the first half, but James Waite would score the winner in extra time to send the away side to the second round. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Connor. From football kicks to lightning fast flicks, next up Ryan Donnelly was at Eastleigh Community Club, where table tennis keeps the pace high and the competition friendly.
The new community table tennis club is creating opportunities for players of all ages to get involved in the sport, from first-time players to those returning after years away. Sessions focus on fitness, fun and friendly competition, giving everyone a chance to improve the game and be a part of the growing table tennis community.
It's definitely worth doing. Some people might think it's just ping pong where you're just playing, not tapping it up and down, no real effort put into it. But no, when you come along and play properly, as you can probably see, it's quite a sweat-inducing game. You really can get fit, and it really builds on good skills where you're chopping and trying to curve the ball. Yeah, it's really good fun and worth doing.
Playing table tennis offers far more than quick rallies. It improves reflexes, balance and concentration while providing a great way to stay active and social at any age. Across England, nearly 400,000 adults now play the sport regularly, up 11% in the past year. Proof that more people are discovering its benefits every week.
Especially when you get to my age, you've got to keep going, and I'm in my early 70s, so it keeps my reflexes and mind active.
Clubs like this are keeping table tennis thriving at a local level, building fitness, friendship and community spirit here in Eastleigh. As the sport continues to grow across the country, it's clear there's never been a better time to pick up a bat.
Now, it's one of the fastest growing sports in the UK. Pickleball is attracting players of all ages up and down the country. Celeste Haslam went to find out why so many people are picking up a paddle.
Once a little-known American pastime, pickleball has now found a passionate following in the UK. A mix of tennis, ping pong and badminton, the sport is attracting people of all ages and athletic abilities.
Now, according to Sport England, pickleball has seen a 73% increase in registered players over the course of 2024. New courts are springing up everywhere to accommodate for this growing popularity. Now I'm at the playing ground of the Winchester Pickleball Club to find out more about this fun, addictive and highly competitive sport.
It's a lot of fun. It's quite easy to pick up and be okay at it, but there is definitely the ability to really develop your skills as well.
It's a good leveler. I think anybody can pick up and have a good game.
A good game.
Whether they've played a racket sport or not before.
It's really accessible, like anybody can play. So it doesn't matter if you've got injuries or if you're a little bit unfit to start with, because you will kind of develop as it kind of goes along. So you can go and you can have a knockabout with your mates, and it's really, really good fun. And then actually it can be really competitive.
But in comparison to other nations such as the US and Australia, pickleball in the UK faces limitations like a shortage of dedicated court facilities and funding, as well as opposition from individuals complaining of noise pollution.
From our perspective in this club, the growth is about 30% a year, but we're constricted by the fact that we don't have a permanent location. So there is growth, but it's difficult for us to contain it.
It may not be favoured by tennis purists, but pickleball is reshaping the UK racket sport scene. Celeste Haslam, Winchester News Online.
It might look fun, but the risks wrestlers take are very real. Taylor James Greer spoke to Southampton wrestler Lucien Phillips to understand what really happens behind the scenes of professional wrestling.
It may seem painful, but behind every move in professional wrestling, there is technique, timing, and years of practice. Professional wrestling blends in athletic ability with storytelling, and for Southampton-based wrestler Lucien Phillips, it's about being part of theatre and a physical aspect.
Professional wrestling is a physical art form of theatre. Like, you can make it a sport. I believe it's a sport with theatre, like, injected inside it.
Away from this word circle, wrestlers spend many hours practicing sequences and how they're going to execute moves safely.
They're doing many things. Who's going over, what goes in backstage. There's a lot, you know, timing, politics, how you're going to win, how you're going to lose. Is there a promo after the shows? Do you up the crowd to come back next time? Just loads of different things.
Despite the preparation, injuries are a reality of the sport. The hardest part of the ring being the ring apron. So is the intensity of the sport the reason for more injuries?
Get outside wrestling. Okay, there was boxing. Our boxing wasn't enough. UFC. Now after UFC, that's not enough. Now we're doing bare knuckle boxing. Yeah, anything can happen injury-wise. I've had many injuries. This is a physical thing. We're doing a lot more physical work in the ring. There needs to be more recovery outside the ring.
Despite the risk, wrestlers like Lucio continue to perform for local crowds. Taylor James Girl, Winchester News Online.
The Winchester Club Snooker League is one of the last in Winchester. As youth participation has decreased, the future of the club and the sport could look bleak. Tom Ryan visited the club to find out more.
Snooker has dropped in popularity amongst younger people in recent years. I've come to the Winchester Club to find out just how important youth participation is to private clubs.
What do you think? I think it's very important. I think we have a lot of members in the club, and I think it's a way of bringing members in who enjoy the sport, who enjoy snooker, and we have a good camaraderie here, and we are able to build up very good relationships. I think it's a fantastic event.
I asked Graham for his views on snooker's popularity amongst the younger generation within the UK.
I think in probably the last 20 years, the number of people joining clubs has declined. Snooker has, in the UK mainly, is not as popular as it was, say, 20, 30 years ago. And I think the younger generation trying to get them in is difficult, I'll be honest, but we are trying.
Accessibility can be an issue for snooker, with private clubs often being the only place where tables and equipment can be found. It seems then that for now, snooker's decline in the UK, be it due to accessibility, affordability, or simply appeal to younger generations, is set to continue. So with the drop in popularity of snooker in the UK over recent years, clubs such as the Winchester Club are doing their bit to try and get youth back in. Tom Ryan, Winchester Online.
We all know climbing has huge physical health benefits, but did you know it also has psychological perks too? Climbing therapy is proving that the sport can help in all forms of recovery. I went down to the walls to experience climbing for myself. Climbing has always tested the body's limits, but its impact reaches far beyond the wall. From rehabilitation to recovery, climbing therapy is taking physical and mental well-being to new heights.
As we are, that's my opinion, really born and built for climbing. You can go into a climbing gym and everyone has the possibility to do something. We're not the best swimmers. We can run, but look at a husky or a horse, they can run. But we can climb.
Despite climbing therapy sounding like a new term, it can be dated back to the 1980s, when Samuel McClung used climbing as an intervention to treat chronically mentally ill clients. Studies have shown significant improvements in muscular strength, coordination and mobility in patients who have benefited from therapeutic climbing sessions. Around 1 million people in the UK now climb regularly, according to the Association of British Climbing Walls. And it's not just about getting stronger and improving balance and flexibility, it's also proving to be great for our mental well-being too. Many people see climbing as a natural, instinctive movement, and even a single step on the wall can give participants a real sense of achievement.
I have seen a slight increase in the amount of members. I would say it's cathartic, it's fun. I think people really just like the puzzle solving element of it.
It's something to focus on, and obviously the people around you that also climb, you're all there to do the same thing.
It's a good way to get out, and it's quite easy because you just have to put some shoes on and just climb.
With climbing starting to be prescribed as part of treatment for physical rehabilitation and mental health support, and the discipline on track to become a Paralympic sport in 2028, climbing is certainly on the rise in more ways than one. Leah Halsey, Winchester News Online. Cardiff Met edged past Winchester in one of the most enthralling fixtures of the season. Ryan Fulham was there to report on how it all unfolded.
Winchester faced Cardiff Met in a standout Bucks Futsal League clash, a 10-goal thriller packed with end-to-end action from the start, with Winchester keeper Seth Butler coming into action early. Early into the first half, Winchester's Kwesi Kerr had the crowd on edge with his attempt on goal, narrowly missing, with Cardiff Met returning fire seconds later, forcing another save from Butler. Cardiff shot first with Butler off his line and the goal gaping. They simply couldn't miss. Cardiff soon doubled their lead, a slick move finished in style, making it 2-0. And the goals kept coming, with Winchester 3-0 down. However, Winchester finally pulled one back to make it 3-1. However, Cardiff soon called for a timeout and there was a chance for Winchester to find their footing. Winchester came out firing, crunching into tackles, yet Cardiff broke through again, with Butler letting a P-roller slip through his legs. Billy Granger struck, 4-2, and the comeback seemed within sight. Winchester's quick kick-off to the second half saw a fierce shot on target by Roberts, with Jaya Singh deflecting Butler's shot, making it 4-3. With Cardiff regaining a 2-goal cushion seconds later. Another open goal, another chance, yet Cardiff couldn't quite make it. The aggression had ramped right up. Cardiff appealed for a penalty, but the referee waved it away. Still no booking, surprisingly, and it was the same player who'd hit the post earlier, with Winchester's passer Mojab also hitting the goal frame. Winchester's Butler redeemed himself with one to make it 5-4, but Cardiff came firing straight from the restart. As Winchester chased the equaliser, Cardiff Met sealed it late, 6-4.
We played our futsal, I got a goal, happy with that, made some good saves, but it's a disappointing loss.
Unfortunately, we didn't get the result today, but on to Bristol next week and hopefully we'll get a result then.
Cardiff may have won, but Winchester never gave up. Ryan Fulham, Winchester News Online.
And that's all we have time for today. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.